Hey, good morning, everybody. Will from WC Review on Easter Sunday. So happy Easter to everybody. You're probably out with your families and such. I happen to be home with my beautiful wife and my doggy Lorenzo, and it's okay. But I'm kind of missing the fact that years past we always used to. It was always about getting together with the family, and the kids would do the Easter egg hunts. But as you get older, those things kind of go by the wayside, and then your kids have kids, and your kids get married, and you can't wait till they have kids so you can go do those things once again. But I'm in the in-between stage right now, and we're kind of all spread apart. So my sister is with my grandnephew. My brother is out doing his thing. My mom happens to be in a nursing home / rehab facility, so I'll probably go visit her later. She's 85. My son lives in Virginia, and as most of you know, my daughter passed away in November of last year. And, you might think that, time will heal it, but it comes down to this. You're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. There's going to be days where things come back to you and you're reminded of everything, and then there's going to be days where you can talk about it and feel okay. But today's kind of in between. So, but the reason I'm starting with all this, and the reason really that I wanted to get to this, I've been saving this because it's kind of a special, day, a special review. And as you can see, I have the Herman boxes in front of me. But it brings me back to the reason that I started this channel. Probably about 2 months after I started the channel, it occurred to me that the reason that I wanted to do this was to try to get enough people interested in what I had to say, to maybe get some manufacturers interested in sending me knives to review for them. That's really the most joy. It's not about money by any stretch, but it's about and to date, to finish my sentence, it's about manufacturers taking an interest and looking at me as someone relevant enough to maybe showcase some of their products. So I've written to several, but I've been blessed enough to have 3 manufacturers of relative note send me some knives. So there was from Finch Knives. I tried to do a video before, I couldn't think of it. Spencer from Finch Knives, Jonathan from Half Breed Blades, and now Alexander from Polish Custom Knives. And holy shit. If you don't know who Polish Custom Knives is, go check out the website. And as you see, this is just one of the brands that they carry. But Herman Knives is just, it's elite. It's a brand above most others. And I'll show you in a second. I just kind of wanted to do the workup to just say that these knives are the epitome of why I'm doing what I'm doing. So I can't say it with more heart and feeling. Thank you, Alexander, for trusting me with one of your works of art enough to get the word out. I mean, I know I'm not going to be selling 1,000 knives for you, but it helps get the word out. I do generally deal in mainly higher end knives, but there's certainly a lot of other folks out there. Like Nick Shabazz and people like that. Nick is very descriptive. His channel is unbelievable. Some people don't like the way he talks. I don't know if that's really the way he talks or if he's in character. But after a while, that's the only thing that gets a little bit tiresome. But his videos are awesome. And I've seen him, he as well, talk about Herman Knives. So without further ado, I had my friend Aaron and I, and many of the guys who I'm close with, we do trades back and forth. Steve Clare, Satu Dave, who's now Barefoot Bruisers, Steve from Scotch and Things. There's just, if I left any, of course, Carco Chris, he's the man. There's just people that are in my close community that I've done some mega trades with, thousands of dollars worth of knives. And my buddy Aaron and I happen to have had a Rask that I had got from Scotch and Things Steve. And I loved it. I do love the Rask, but I just found it to be a little bit small. So my buddy Aaron happened to have a Herman knife. And I didn't really know anything about the Herman knife, but when he showed it to me, it looked just like the Rask, only bigger. So let me move this out of the way just for a second. And I know the Half Breed Blades is right there, so thank you again, Half Breed. But I got the Dragonfly. And when he opened it, like when he showed it to me, if you look at a Grimsmo Rask, it's very similar to this. It's got, the full flat grind. The blade's a little bit different, but the look overall is in the Shergoroff, Herman Rask realm and of appearance. And I found this to just be bigger, a bigger version of the Rask. There are many, many different things about it, but there are many similarities as well. So that's what attracted me to this. Long story short, we made the trade, and here is the Dragonfly. Now, here's some cool things about Herman Knives. They're each given an individual serial number, and as you can see right in there, this one is 0300. It's right there, and trust me, that says 0300. If you go online and type in Herman Dragonfly 0300, you will be given photos and like a birth card of this exact knife. Now, that's cool. Every knife they make, they have like a birth card, and you can look it up. So, again, I've gone over this knife. This knife is just incredible. They are liner locks. Some people will look down on that. Let me tell you, this knife is as tough as any of the other knives. The action is just to die for. I don't want to cut my finger off, but the action is just incredible on this. So trust me when I tell you. So this is my Dragonfly. It came in this box, and as you can see, it's got the cutout of the knife, and it tells you what knife you're getting. And I'm going to back out a little bit. Nope, that's zooming in. Forgive me. Let's just leave it where it is. Well, I'll go to 0.5, but my desk is a shithole. So you've got the Herman Knives, then you take it out, and the knife would normally be right there. You've got the main pivot tool and some pivot glide. But look at the packaging. And this right here, I'll go over it on the other knife, is a, it's a thick metal card with obviously the Herman logo lasered onto it, but on the other side is all of the specs and materials that go into the knife. So I see I'm running long here, so let's get moving. So that's the Dragonfly. Now, let's get that out of the way. I had written a letter to Polish Custom Knives. And I said, dear Alexander, I'd be interested in showcasing some of your, and I just took a chance. I'd be interested in showcasing some of your products. I'm a big fan, blah, 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 blah. I really like it. Well, about a month later, I got an email that basically just said, hey, Will, good to hear from you. I'm sending you a knife. And I thought, is this like a mistake or something? But he actually sent me a knife. So I can't say thank you enough. And without further ado, this is the knife he sent. I didn't know much about what's called the Bee, B-E-E, like a buzzing bee. But here's the way it came, okay? These are magnet locked boxes, so that hatch flips up. I'll zoom out again. And as you can see, it's the cutout of the knife. The manufacturer of the knife says B. You take that off. Polish Custom Knives is the rag that came with it. And here's the knife. Again, the pivot tool and pivot glide. But we don't need... And obviously, I said I would take it out. This is a no-joke thick card, and it gives you all of the specs and goodies about the knife. If you want to pause and zoom in on that, you can. But the serial number of this exact knife, very nice. So here, I'm 8 minutes into the video, and we're just getting to the knife, but it's worthy of all of this buildup. So here is the knife. I did a little short on it the other day just to showcase it, but look at the work that went into this. It's a little bit small for me, but I will treasure this knife forever. The milling that goes into it, as you can see, it's very similar to the milling that went on the larger Dragonfly. But then there's this transition line, and it goes into this, it's got to be like hand-hammered. That's not like jigged or orange peel, and it's just a texture. That's the signature backspacer. And on the other side of this, as you look into the knife, it says proudly made in Poland. And the signature pocket clip that it's so long and thin that it just enters the pocket with very, very little resistance, comes in and out, and it's just a pleasure. Both that and this have the M398 blade, and here it is without further ado. I mean, Again, it's got the Herman logo lasered into it, and on the other side, it simply says M398. I want to move slow so I don't slice the shit out of myself, because the other thing about this knife is it's deadly sharp, like really, really sharp. Full flat grind, beautiful swedge here. It's just definitely a clip point blade, and I just can't say enough nice things. I mean, out of the box, just butter. Just an amazing knife. As you can see, it's about 7 inches. They go millimeters. It's 3 millimeters thick. And again, the materials, grade 5 titanium on all of these. The blade steel, again, is M398. I'll have to look up what the true difference between M390 and M398 is. I made a joke that it's, 8, but I wonder what the difference is. It's more of something that I would assume add to the quality of the, either the strength, sharpenability, or anti-corrosiveness of the knife. But just an amazing knife. I'm going to use it for a while. This is like a perfect left-hand pocket knife. It's just like, to carry this and this together, just really, really sick. Beautiful knives. Again, Herman, if you Google Herman Knives, it'll take you to Polish custom knives, and I urge you to take a look at these knives because they are just incredible. It's got a beautiful little sharpening choil there. Not that you'll need that for a long time. This is a perfect gentleman's carry knife. This is an everyday carry. You can use this forever. I will cherish this. And Alexander, again, I can't say thank you enough, but I'll say it one more time. Thank you, sir. I really, really appreciate this. I would love to showcase more of your products, but I'm certainly not going to ask for anything else unless you'd like to send it to me. Inside there, it's poorly lit, and I don't know if I could show it. Let me see. I thought I had my flash. I do. Let's see if it'll come up. There it is. Proudly made in Poland. Good. I'm glad I was able to find my flashlight. And again, it's hard to see. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Just go on. Why is it not working? All right. You see how it's the weight relieved in there? I don't know why my fucking flashlight is doing that, but of course it has to do it while I'm making the video. All right, the heck with it. But trust me, there's weight. It's like live TV, right? You can see it's weight relieved inside. Let's see. It should say. I'm pretty good at guessing. This knife's in about the 4-ounce range. I don't have it in front of me, but it's about 4 ounces. And the rasp is in the 3-ounce range. But I just can't get over this blade. It's just so nice. And if you guys are still with me, thank you so much for hanging in there. I just wanted to kind of have a special showcase for this knife, and to say it's built well is just an understatement. Herman Knives is just a step above the rest. It's in the upper echelon, in the upper 2% of all of the knives. Handmade, just unbelievable. So I have some more content coming in about, probably next weekend. I'll have some good stuff. I'm getting another dream knife from one of my buddies, from Steve Clare. I won't go any further than that. But we are going ahead with a trade that I've been looking for a long time. So for now, happy Easter to all you guys, to you and your families and gals if you're watching. If you have any questions, by all means, please check it out. If you're still here, please like and subscribe. It would help me out a lot. And again, that's what gets the manufacturer's eyes to send you stuff. So that's what I'm looking for. Scabber, if you're out there, if you could show some of this, I'd appreciate it. And again, happy Easter to everybody. Have a great day. Thanks, guys.